Yeah, good morning, all. It is SAP ABAP 35th session. Okay, so we have discussed the introduction part under architecture in detail discussion completed. Like some missing pending topic I'll cover, and later on we'll go to the SAP. Main topic should be SAP screen navigation. That is our basic topic. Okay, screen navigation to be discussed in two ways: basic navigation as well as advanced navigation, because we have not followed the first sequentially. So, what are the things covered? Architecture, many sessions. I have to back to the session. SAP, then screen navigation. We will discuss screen navigation advanced level also tomorrow, right? In the next upcoming session, right? Let's if we go back to the previous topic, which is missing. Suppose in case of instances, while installing instances, I said two types of instances are there. That is, normally instance can be installed in a ABAP stack as well as Java stack, right? Or ABAP engine, Java engine, ABAP runtime, Java runtime. Actually, this ABAP stack is also called as central instance. Central instance, which is must, okay, which is mandatory. That means ABAP stack you cannot exclude it. Okay, ABAP stack should be installed must. But what next? Java stack, Java runtime is also called as central service instance. Central service instance, which is optional. Okay, because you want you can install, but that is not mandatory. Dual also we can do that. This was the because basis people uses this terminology: central services, central instance, central service instance. That is this provides some set of services and it provides some set of services. So I told you, right? Yes, instance provides some set of services. That is another type of, yes, best to define it, provides some set of services. This is a technical definition. Right. Going back, yesterday's so instance, each instance is identified by unique name. That's okay, three letters, capital letters. But instance is also identified by a number. The number is always two-digit number. Two-digit number begins with 00 to 99. That is maximum 100 instances are allowed or possible per system within one system. Because if we go to here, right click, properties, you can see here this is see SID, system ID, that is A4H, just like DVQAS PRD, that is the live project, but here it is A4H, capital letter, alpha numeric, that is the name. So instance also have name also, number also. So unique name, unique number. So the number is two digit, okay, two digits, 23. Why they made it as 23, we don't know. Here at application server level, they can give application server name also or else application server ID also. Both are allowed, right? Okay. So this is about a small missing pending thing. You have to observe. Instance number differs to, um, yes, uh, that instance to instance. Next, uh, application to application. Then we have to discuss one small pending topic for a 5 to 10 minutes. That is because all are relevant and meaningful. Today it may be little bore or you may feel like that, but tomorrow over a period of time, all these things are going to helpful to you because the reason is we just some are working in SAP, some are learning SAP at first time, right? So if we want to continue with SAP career forever, it is good to have all in and out knowledge. One time learning is important. So, first of all, yesterday someone asked this question SAP logon, here it is showing 800. The SAP logon, the title of this window is it showing 800. And if I come here, if I minimize, this is if I double click on SAP GUI, this is some other GUI, it is showing as 770. SAP GUI as 760. See, 760. What exactly these numbers and all? So you have to know what it is. So let us go to the yes detailed discussion. First of all, presentation versus application. So this is your presentation server versions. Because here in SAP, what exactly the current topic? Okay, current topic is this. Okay, what exactly SAP version, SAP release? These two words frequently we use it. Okay, SAP release or like so SAP version is applicable to normally applicable to SAP GUI also front end. That is your present SAP GUI front end. Okay, front end versions. We can call it. Suppose this is the general discussion which version you learned SAP or which version is currently going on in the market. So, am I audible right? Without disturbance? Okay, are you able to hear me clearly?
Exactly.
Everyone? Thank you, thank you. Yes. So, right. So, SAP version is the topic. Which version you learned SAP? Which version is currently going on? Or which version uh, currently latest in the market? Or which version is your company is using? These are all the general discussions are going. Suppose, first of all, if you go back to the very old topic, I used one word called as business suit. You heard about it? SUIT, business suit. Business suit is the uh, product actually, latest product. Because in SAP products, SAP we have so many products listed. But what is the latest current product used is this SAP business suit. SAP Business Suite only. Actually, this S4 HANA Cloud. This is actually S stands for SAP Business Suite 4. Okay, HANA Cloud. So they are continuing. Business Suite is a collection of many products. It's not only a single products. It comes with so many things. That is about. So we have to understand the product point. Which product is latest. It is your SAP Business Suite. Completely all products I listed, but we are mostly focusing on the business because once you go to the SAP market, SAP shop, which product you are interested to purchase, mostly preferably we go for this only. This is as on today latest one, which is extended to the cloud based also. That is the product. But product also after few days we discussed the what is that versions also we discussed. Correct, enhancement pack, enhancement versions, somewhere I discussed as ECC versus SAP HANA, where is that? Yes, SAP HANA is this. Right next, yes, this part we have to discuss little up. So from the beginning to till date, these things also, because I said initially you might get confused, but slowly after architecture, I will come back and explain to you these things clearly. So we don't want to go to the very older level. So how this evaluation happens today, I'm going to give this clarity to you. So that's what about versions topic. So one is version, second one is the release. Release is also a terminology used by SAP. SAP is always talks on release. Yes, SAP, SAP. Okay, release product. Okay, product release. Yes, this is the terminology. Yes, terminology used by SAP. Used by SAP. So SAP always uses product release because the documentation point of view. Okay, wherever you study in the release of this, we have in this release you have this feature. In this release we added this feature. In this release we add on this feature. So this is SAP uses terminology. We generally use which version it is. So that this is basically the release is applicable to the application layer. Application layer. So we will see the two difference. What is version? What is release? Suppose first again I am going back. Yes, going back to two things. This is your yes. So here I am going to write SAP version. SAP first initially started with SAP started with 3.0. 3.0 extended to 3.1. Okay, 3.1. A, B, C. Like that, it went up to till 4.6C. 4.6B came, 6C came, 4.6D also came. Because, yes, at that time, we used to use this is the front end actually, right? This is front end, and what is back end? Okay, back end is called as okay. Who is this willing to join? Okay, fine. Back end is called as a basis. Okay, basis was the name used. So SAP release first basis 3.0 and because there is less space, I'll write on the down level. So I have to write this way, next this way, and it will go up to 4.6C. 4.6C. So you have to understand that SAP is SAP version this disturbance. Okay. What?
Compromise
Fine,
joined the Harapal
fine, 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 no problem at all. Not the issue. Okay, 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 not a issue. Minimize please. See, SAP versions, SAP version is hmm, SAP version is run so also SAP version 3.0 is running on SAP basis SAP basis 3.0. Yes, this is the way you have to understand. So because this is actually the presentation point of view. This is your presentation server. This is your application server, right? So we can treat like this. This is your application because there is less space. So I'm going to write it this way. Application server point of view, you have to understand this. So presentation components are running on application like this. Okay. Yes. Right. Okay. Then, so it went up to the almost where we started in 1992 to almost till 2002. Okay. The- Yes. Right. Next, it was extended to presentation servers are extended like this. What is the extension? It 4.7 came, 4.6C is extended to 4.7 next level because this topic is related to architecture. 4.7 they named as a EE, capital EE. So it was earlier, this was actually the SAP R3 was earlier. R3 is renamed as SAP, yes, 4.7 EE. EE stands for Enterprise Edition. So they renamed it as a Enterprise Edition. So we have to discuss two dimensions like this also. Okay, yes. This is one way, this is one. When 4.7 came, what happens? In 4.7, the underlying is extended, little changed. What exactly it is? Yes, this is the way. Okay, so the basis, this is called as SAP basis. SAP basis is renamed as SAP yes, Web Application Server, Web AS. Okay, SAP Web AS. So it was 600, 610, 620, and 640. This was the okay, almost it went up to 2000 because we have to see the comparison. This 2003 to 2004. That is almost 2 years. SAP, we were using 4.7 version only. So this 4.7 version components are running on the underlying. Earlier it was an application layer we used to call it as basis or kernel initial days. But this basis is extended to web application server. WAS. Okay, in web application server, what happens? Slowly, SAP initially it was into only ABAP stack. But when application server came, they introduced ABAP stack, Java stack, ABAP engine, Java engine, ABAP runtime, Java runtime. Actually, at that time, they came with a concept called as BSP. BSP stands for Business Server Pages. Because you know Microsoft ASP, that Sun Microsystems, JSP, Java Server Pages, PHP, like that. SAP also started web page. That is browser based operations, we call it as. Earlier only Windows based, GUI based. Now it is extended to browser based operations. Browser through user can access. It happened in 2004. Then after that, we go with the next level. It went up to 2005 onwards. We have to see from 2005 onwards. Actually, the ECC 6 came. So 2005 to 2010. Okay, almost. So in 2005, first ECC 5 came. Okay, this was SCP ECC 5.0, later ECC 6.0. Yes, this was, yes. So now if you look at actually 2005, only 1 year, 5.0 was there, but very few implementations on, it's not failure, we cannot call it as failure version. It was a very minimum implementations. That's why immediately next year 2006 itself ECC 6 was launched. ECC 6 was launched. But when ECC 6 launched, the underlying architecture also little enhanced. SAPs keep on enhancing the underlying also, front end also, back end also. This is what you have to observe it. Now what happened? SAP Web Application Server is extended to yes, this name. SAP SAP NetWeaver. NET, N capital W capital. This is actually a brand name. We have to write this way only. SAP NetWeaver Application Server. Application Server. This Web Application Server is replaced by NetWeaver Application Server. Again, here you have ABAP Stack, Java Stack, NetWeaver AS, ABAP Engine, Java Engine, ABAP Runtime, Java Runtime. Both were there. But in this again, what happened? 642, they came with 700. 701 and again 710. So 730, 740. This way it went up to 7.5, 7.5 or 750 people call it as, because then it went up to 770, 7.8. This way, yes, this is your NetWeaver application server release by release. But see, you have to see total 5 years, 2005 to 2010. In 5 years, actually version remains 2006 only. Official version remains this one only. But what happens is that you can see here, there were SAP introduced one concept as called enhancement pack. This is your E capital, H small, P capital, EHP1, EHP2, EHP3, EHP4, EHP5, EHP6, 7, and EHP8. So enhancement packs. Because, one second. So this is version versus release. This is the topic. What is version? What is release? So the front end versions and the underlying middle layer, back end application layer release. Okay, how it is extended. So people says that SAP R3, R3 to Enterprise Edition to ECC. This was the evaluation, product evaluation completely. So earlier underlying basis, web application server, NetWeaver application server. Yes. But when NetWeaver application server came, this BSP is replaced by WebDynPro. WebDynPro or DynPro. This WebDynPro have two stacks again. ABAP WebDynPro, Java WebDyn. That's yeah, ABAP WebDynPro runs on ABAP stack, Java WebDynPro runs on Java stack. So fine. Now, if you look at here, yes, if you go back to the 5 years, almost 2005 to 2010, officially version remains only one because SAP decided they don't want to release the version because the problem with version release, what happened? Every customer need to upgrade, isn't it? That upgradation again a cost involvement. That's why to minimize the upgradations, SAP introduced a concept called as enhancement pack. You know, generally at OS level, operating system level, we have a concept called as support pack 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is generally patches apply or support pack apply. We call it as at admin level, at operating system level. So, what is the meaning of enhancement? Enhancement is nothing but add on to the existing. Without disturbing the existing software, we are going to add some additional features, additional functionality to that. This is the way SAP introduced EHP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 years, almost 7, 8 releases. So that's why we call it as SAP NetWeaver 4.0 under enhancement 5, this is released. Enhancement 6, this is released. Enhancement 7, this is released. Enhancement 8. So now you look at this screen. Now we will go back to the SAP screen. See here it is 760. SAP Lagan 760. What is that? Now you understand the title. SAP Lagan 760. If I go back to the this one, SAP inside, this is 800, SAP Logon 800. See this one. Actually, it is showing as SAP Logon 640. Yes, SAP, rename it. What is it? It is SAP Logon 640. It is very older one actually. So ECC based 640. So even after logging in also, I can take you to that. SAP screens also older type, the very old screens. Later they enhanced the screens with good look and feel. These are all actually the Microsoft based .NET through. They enhanced the screens. See the buttons looks like that. Okay, yes, right. Next, going back to the where we deviated from this place, right? So this is your like SAP. So final statement, SAP ECC 5 and 6 running on application layer on SAP NetWeaver application server ABAP on Java stacks. So it went up to 2010. After that, what happened? HANA came. HANA came, and what next? S4 HANA also came. Correct? Yes, this was. So we will write from 2000. 20 directly I'm writing here 2011 to 2025 will consider it. So what happened till now? This is SAP HANA. SAP HANA came. HANA 1.0. HANA 1.0. Then HANA 2.0. Then after that SAP S4 HANA came in 2015 came. Okay, because I am not going in depth. SAP HANA is the S4 HANA is the latest one, latest product. SAP HANA S4 HANA. Yes. Then if you go to the underlying architecture, underlying also this is going to be SAP NetWeaver only. Yes, it is going to be SAP NetWeaver only, no doubt about it. But yes. But the underlying is enhanced a lot. Yes, SAP, yes, NetWeaver, yes, application server. But earlier, this database, underlying database part, this database we used to run on any database. Any database in the sense it could be Oracle SQL Server or Sybase, anything. But now, after HANA, our primary database, because we use the word called as primary and secondary database. Primary database is HANA DB, HDB we call it as HANA, yes, HANA DB database, yes. Okay, HANA database. So because what was the limitation? We are very good in the ERP software. We are the leaders in market, ERP market. But what exactly the limitation? We are SAP doesn't have their own database. We are dependent on other databases like Microsoft SQL Server or IBM DB2 or else Oracle. So that's why SAP tried actually. People say some tried they with the database, but it was not effective. That's why this limitation, finally they focused on this area. SAP come up with a new, our own proprietary database called as HANA database. Actually, HANA started with a database first. This HANA database is having a new features called as there is a column oriented row versus column oriented data storage, and there is in memory concept. In memory computing is nothing but In-memory is nothing but the data, everything, the execution runs everything at application layer earlier. But now the execution is introduced at the application and the database itself. So that's why it will speed up 10x to 100x. That's why after SAP HANA, what happens? They have introduced one concept called as OData. Yes, the OData is a actually it's a interface. It's a protocol. In fact it's a Microsoft protocol. It's a uh, open. Anybody can use it. Kind of open source. So the OData through the front end to back end connection happens, and it will yes, the OData it will support. See this SAP S4 HANA is when HANA came, what happens? First, initially they introduced the front end as SAP HANA Studio. They introduced HANA Studio. This is called as the ADT tool. Yes, SAP HANA Studio came first. After SAP HANA Studio, they introduced Eclipse also. Eclipse is not SAP's one. Eclipse also act like a front end. Eclipse through also we can access SAP. So nowadays, like BWBI people uses HANA Studio. Normally development purpose, Eclipse is used. So now what happened? HANA ABAP also came. In HANA ABAP, what we have? We have the CDS views are introduced. The CDS core data services. This CDS views directly runs on the database. So what happens earlier, more focus on application level. We used to fetch the data into application, then display in the front end. But now after SAP HANA onwards, the more focus goes on the underlying DB level. All this CDS views directly runs at the underlying level. That's why we will get very fast and quick response over here. Then SAP introduced one more concept called as actually in HANA itself, HANA Studio itself, there is a SAP Fiori. So uh, Fiori Launchpad through they can go for Fiori UI5. UI5 is introduced by HTML5. So Fiori is the concept of which is implementing a apps, mobile apps. So if you look at here, initially SAP we used to work with GUI based, GUI through accessing. At one stage, browser based accessing. Now the latest trend is app based. App through we can access SAP. Yes, app based applications also supported by SAP. Yes, front end can be HANA Studio or Eclipse or else app user interface can be this one. So this way, as the years are progressing, the technology evaluation accordingly, SAP also changing its functionality and features, enhancing these features. Okay, this is nowadays users can access SAP in any device, like tab through or else mobile through also they can operate, they can give permissions, authorizations. Okay, there is a lot of difference if you go with normal browser based versus app based. Browser means you will get complete information in the browser because but the loading it will take time. Mobile is have since mobile is having less RAM, it should load quickly. Otherwise, people they don't use. When app concept came, there is a why apps are more user friendly because uh, apps are designed in such a way that is role based, role based. Okay, role based through they will give only the required features in the uh, mobile app. Because if you go to the normal general scenario, go to the IRCTC Railways app versus Railways browser. So if you go to the Google Chrome, type irctc.com or .in, what happened? You will get the complete end-to-end information on railways and everything. You can book your tickets. But when it goes to the IRCTC app, it is also have very less required features only they are giving in the app. App is to the point, more specific, more precisely, and user friendly. Quickly, they can do it. But if you want a complete depth, complete railways history, that is not loaded in the app. You have to go to the browser and go search with website or URL. So after introducing apps also, they have not really removed the browse website. Website should be there and the app should be there. So all websites are turning into apps. That is the trend. Okay, currently we happening. Okay, SAP also done the same. When VSP replaced by WebDean Pro, the WebDean Pro concept only replaced by this SAP Fiori Launchpad UI5. Here we have to have HTML, CSS. Here we use JavaScript also. Okay, is for app designing purpose. Yes. Okay. Here the front end application, how this is going to connect to the back end is this OData. OData through we will fetch the underlying CDS can be consumed by the Fiori application. The connectivity through OData and as well as it will. This is all called as a MVC paradigm. MVC called as model view controller. When browser and app both runs on a MVC, model view controller. So model is the underlying part, data storage part, and view is the user interface part. The model is underlying, view is the front end, controllers is the middle layer, application layer is controllers runs the applications. So this is the way, uh, like our browser-based operations or app-based operations will run. Like now, okay. So till this S4 HANA also have versions because S4 HANA Pro 1511 so 2015 they launched 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So what happened? They keep on releasing. It's year by year. Year by year, if you go to the HANA 2015, yes, okay, 2015, yes, this was the thing. Like year by year, they are releasing again. So every ninth month or 10th month, they used to release it. Okay, right. Every year. These are all not called as a official versions. These are all releases. SAP S4 HANA release. So release through there is a then they don't want to go for the year and month. First two letters is year, next two letters is two digits are month. This was the earlier flow. Later 2020 onwards, they removed that month concept. Directly they came with year 2021 release, 2020 release, 21 release, 22 release, 24, 23 release, 24 is missing. That means now onwards they directly came after 2 years. Every 2 years they want to. So 23 release directly they launched 25 release. Okay, this was the current trend currently happening. Okay, so now what is the current things are happening? Lot of in is after SAP S4 HANA, what is being extended? Yes, what is being extended is logistics modules are not enhanced more, but HR and finance modules. That is central finance scheme. Yeah, central employee central also introduced. Okay, employee central payroll. Employee Central Payroll (ECP), they call it as in HCM. Okay, and finance model also enhanced like anything. Okay, and base is extended, And ABAP things also extended, like this ABAP extended so many, because they made it as SAP technical TM module separate, EWM module separate, TM technical separate, EWM separate. Okay, so lot many things are changing this way. Okay, accordingly, underlying things also changing. So if anybody asks you what is the current latest product is SAP HANA, SAP S4 HANA Business Suite is only the product. Yes, this is your SAP S4 HANA 2025 cloud. 2025 was the, yes, product. Okay, yes, this was the product. Yes. Product and releases also. This way we have to learn the things. Okay, clear? So from the beginning to till date. So in this architecture, we have to discuss more on this CDS, how the CDS views help us to go for the latest one and all. Like after 2020 onwards, this is still enhanced, like ABAP on HANA extended to cloud-based also. So cloud-based, when cloud-based operations came, so yes, cloud. So SAP introduced cloud-based, cloud ABAP also introduced. So in case of cloud, what happens? They introduced one called as Business Application Studio, BAS. Okay, actually the cloud-based operations begins with BTP, Business Technology Platform also introduced. Under BTP, we have two stacks. One is RAP, second is CAP. RAP and CAP. CAP-M, we call it. RAP is for ABAPers, those who are from ABAP background. CAP is for Java background. That is the difference. Here, Business Application Studio is going forward, we will use it. So going forward, demand will be on the BTP only. In BTP, again, what is there in the BTP? BTP again is related to the basis. BTP development, ABAP development is for RAP. So because BTP is also again applicable to the Fiori app development, BTP workflow is there. BTP also have multiple things inside. Okay. Yes. Uh, right. A lot of extended BTP SAP itself is providing free BTP account. We can create it and we can work also. So this is what here we are going to use the cloud ABAP, Kaima environment and Cloud Foundry environment. These things are there in the latest trend. So this is SAP says that they want to continue with cloud only. Here we are going for cloud, okay, like cloud ABAP or ABAP on cloud. Okay, this is called as a strict ABAP. The syntaxes, new syntaxes only allowed and permitted here. The strict means earlier type of syntaxes, old syntaxes, loose way of writing the syntax code, not permitted here. See, as this is progressing, we have to adapt like this. But the problem is we cannot introduce directly to the Cloud ABAP or HANA ABAP to you. So we have to go with the classic ABAP, Whoops ABAP. Next, after that HANA ABAP, then go to the Cloud ABAP. This is the way we have to. Even though I'll tell you, if you are good at classic and Whoops ABAP, remaining HANA ABAP and Cloud ABAP, you can learn on your own also because it is very easy. Extensions are very easy to learn and adapt. Okay, this is what the overall versions and the release. Hope you guys understand that because yesterday's this slide, why we deviated from this thing is, if you go to this PPTs, because I am using some kind of certification slides also. There in the architecture, we have one slide. Yes, right. I have complete certification slides. I'll go through. I'll take you through into that particular place as and when required topic specific. I'll open and show it to you. so that that is more clearer to understand also. So this was the slide. Yes, right. This slide. SAP NetWeaver application server as the basis for SAP systems. Now you understand the statement. SAP NetWeaver application server AS. Yes, this is the AS, ABAP and Java stack. This was basis. Okay, yes, basis for to run the SAP systems. If you go to the ECC 6.0, which runs on SAP NetWeaver AS, even portals are also introduced. Portals also runs, but the difference is portal runs on Java stack, and then some components runs on ABAP stack. This way, so the front end applications, back end basis. So SAP many systems are there. SAP one of the system is ECC, SAP R3, and the ECC. Portals are separate, CRM separate, SRM separate. So everything runs on the applications like this. Okay, right. So this is a small deviation, missing and pending topic completed. Thank you. So we will go back to the current topic where we were discussing the yes, login log of procedures. Correct? Yes. Yesterday, due to that current availability, we 1 minute where I just logged in. So I just logged in today because directly this is the SAP server. SAP HANA Studio is also there. So Studio is there, and again Eclipse also they will keep it, and as well as GUI also they can keep it here. So once we reach it to first and foremost, we have to double click on the SAP GUI. Yes, this is your SAP GUI. So place the cursor on where you want to yes, login. Place the cursor and double click or click on login also. Okay. Why this search button is given? Because if too many things are there, because one consultant generally works for one project at a time. But I told you one consultant will work on shared model also some projects. If it's shared model, they will keep all the things in your yes in your GUI. Yesterday I demonstrated so many things in my GUI. Okay, because I used to work on a multiple projects in a support model. So because we don't know which we used to have 13 clients, 13 accounts, 13 projects parallelly. So if issue comes in any account or any project or any client, then we have to log in to their development server. We have to work. That's why I have many yes, many accounts configured by our basis consultant. If you take everyone, again, development quality production like that. Okay. Yes, it is configured. So if you go back, but since it is a, yes, that's why this filter you can, I told you, here everything is grayed out because you want to go for new account, new things creation and all because they restricted everything. Even this, yes, double click we will reach to the this model. So now here it is client 100 is given to her, but client 100 generally used by in the project I said, right? But here it is given to the client 100 and I'll try to log in. Yes. Okay. So here, okay, we enter the 100 that is client number, username and password and the logon language. This four. Okay. I already explained this which client to log in, that client concept already explained. And moreover, there is a one concept called as client copy. Okay, client copy. What is client copy? Basis consultants. Uh, yes, originally SAP comes with what? In SAP, we have basically it comes with the three clients 000, that is master client, a reserved client, S001. These two are a copy of 000 is 001. These two are reserved clients. We never work with that. But using these clients as a source, they will create The target clients. 800 series is for training purpose, they will create 800 and all. But the live projects, live project clients are created like this. If you go to this, here you have this 100 client, 100 for golden or master client. Sometimes it could be 150 or 110 or 200 for development. Or sometimes I told you, right, 100 itself, they will keep it for simply. This is configuration client as well as development plus configuration, both functional and technical, both can use. Simply 200 for testing. That's it, simple. So how these clients are created? Actually, these clients doesn't come with SAP by default. I want to tell you that our basis consultants, there is a one concept called client configuration. That is the basis role. So client setup. After installation, they will go to each instance. There they will create clients. Then after clients, under client, they will create users. This is the hierarchy. So there is a concept as client copy, local client copy or remote client copy concept through. They will create source client, target client. And what is there in the triple zero? Triple zero, if you have some default company codes, default plans, you will get it. Some triple zero one or thousand or thousand 1100. Okay, this way, some kind of test data, some kind of demo data, very less data. Is the data is itself is created by SCP itself. The data through they will create the this one. Okay, 100 and 200 target clients also they will create. Yes. Then they will give it to us. Then we will start working. This is the way. So we cannot go and ask basis people that why 100 is given and all. No, according to their understanding. So in this is the first screen. Here we have only the password change option only available. Other than that, we cannot do any activity. Okay, so once your credentials are correct, okay, you make sure that you have to enter your assigned password properly. Password is case sensitive. Yes, that's most important. Password is case sensitive. If you type, what happens? You type three times. hmm, is case sensitive. Case sensitive concept is uppercase, lowercase differences. It can be alphanumeric special symbols, all what I said. So it is recommended to change the password. You will get an alert in the live project. You have to change every 3 months. Okay, yes, right. If you enter three times wrong password, what will happen? The user gets three times instead of three attempts. User gets locked. Fourth attempt, you cannot log in. You cannot log in fourth attempt. So, because see, I will show you here just how we tried. Yes, this is your ABAP IDS. There is a one IDS is given. Okay, so this is there. You can see here, welcome to SAP IDS ECC6 EHP7 Enhancement Pack 7. This is in the right side. There is a one information box is there. They will give some instructions. If they want to give instructions while login, they will write it in the right side. Use this client for user, this client for this client for this, all these instructions. Suppose just I'm trying as a is something like that. Okay, yes, I tried enter. So we got this password log on no longer possible because of too many failed attempts. Okay, this is the error, we will get it. So, three times, more than three times we try, the automatically lock will, that's what I want to, right? Client is right, username is correct, valid, password is valid, your entire credentials gets validated first. Okay, then you will get login. So I said logon language is English by default. If you want to log in German, German language, go to, uh, we have to go to the DE is for German language. Okay. Yes, this is the way you can log in, press enter. Yes. So now we successfully logged in. So once we reach here, you have to observe the detail one completely. So yes, going back. So first and foremost thing is SAP. Yes, SAP Easy Access. Easy. What is SAP Easy Access? Easy Access is the initial screen. Initial screen of SAP. That means yes. So the login procedure for mm, login procedure mm, for consultants and slash users remains same. Correct? Yes, it is same, but only okay. So what happens? Only we have to use their respective username and password only. Okay, that's only the difference. You have to. So because once 1 minute, suppose if you go to the switch on this machine, desktop or laptop, what happens? It will okay because Windows are also two types. What are the two types? Windows are all home-based or desktop supported Windows. Second is organization using Windows. Because when you go with the normal home-based Windows, it won't stop to enter username password. Directly, it will stop at the desktop. Desktop is the initial screen where you can start working. But if you are working in an operating company based means it will stop enter username and password even at a operating system level. You will get control or delete, then you have to enter the username and password. That is your so Windows is classified as a home based Windows and as well as the backend servers are installed on Windows NT 4.0 and all. Okay, that is Windows classification because generally in general SAP presentation servers are installed on Windows. Okay, backend servers are running on Linux most secured operating system. Okay, that's your just knowledge purpose. Okay, right. Coming back to yes, so that's why when normal Windows starts, you reach to the desktop. When SAP starts, you reach to the easy access. So SAP easy access is the first screen or initial screen. Yeah. Till here, everyone need to log in. All users, all consultants, ABAP basis functional consult. From here, they deviate. How they deviate is they enter their respective T codes or transaction code concept that we have to discuss clearly. Okay, yes. So here, prior to that, if you look at SAP screen, how does this SAP screen looks? SAP screen again, okay, looks like this because we go much depth on each and every topic that you know. Yes, it is actually this is the SAP screen model. Yes. Okay. What is this? Like actually till here the SAP main screen actually. So this is called as a SAP screen body. SAP screen body. But there is a one more underlying at the bottom. We have a SAP screen status bar is there. This is called as a status bar. Yes. But Windows status bar different. SAP screen status bar is there. Status bar. Right. So all inclusive, this is called as a screen. So this is called as a what is this? This is called as a actually SCP. Hmm. GUI status or PF status also we call it as, or sometimes it is interface also we call it as. These are all different names. Don't worry, going forward we'll discuss. So in the simply short form we call it as, yes, this is altogether, we call it as altogether, it is a menus which is designed in menu bar, menu painter. So menu painter, through this menus are designed, and the bottom is screen painter. Screen painter, through screens are designed. First screen first, then menus next. So that means they designed the main body screen first. Later, these menus are designed. Menus are again subclassified as what? First, you have, this is your menu bar. Under menu bar, you come across standard toolbar, and the title bar. Because this is a common discussion for users, consultants, everyone. Because we are at a initial level. Okay, then go to next what? Application toolbar. Correct? So this is about what? Four levels. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's go to the next session because it's almost one hour completed. Wait.